African, you don't pay the cost for the visa. You don't pay. Whereas our friends from other parts of the world will be paying about $250 when we roll out the e-visa regime. You as an African will not be required to pay the $250.
The country of Ghana is emerging as the foremost Pan-Africanist champion in Africa. Remember, Ghana prides itself as the father of Pan-Africanism, considering it's the first country to get independence under the great Pan-Africanist Kwame Nkrumah in 1957. But in recent years, we have seen Ghana taking the practical step of cementing Pan-Africanism in Africa, in a changing culture, in a changing global world and changing economy. Well, Pan-Africanism is about unity, it's about solidarity, and also bridging the gap between the Africans in native Africa and those in the diaspora. One of the ways that Ghana is promoting Pan-Africanism is through giving Africans in the diaspora free citizenships. Many Africans in the diaspora have benefited from this program that was started in the year 2016. It was termed Beyond Borders, and many prominent Africans have benefited from it from the diaspora, including the recent case where the great young content creator Aisho Speed was granted Ghanaian citizenship this year. You have seen others like Jamaican athletes and businessmen across the world. The other form of promoting Pan-Africanism by Ghana is free visa for all Africans. Well, this project has yet to start, but it will start in May of this year, and it encompasses the removal of the hefty fees that are charged to Africans who want to access Ghanaian visa, around $200. The same amount will be charged to foreigners, but it will be free of charge to Africans. Like how the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ghana, Sam Ablako, explains, it's not an opportunity to open the borders of Ghana for anyone who wants to come to Ghana. The vetting processes of getting a visa will be there, and no other laws will be observed. The only issue will be about charges that will not be charged to fellow Africans. And this is in line with Pan-Africanism, to allow free movement of people across Africa, and also movement beyond borders. Because there's no way Africa can become one if there's stringent movement between one country to the next.
So let me make clear that free visa is different from visa free. The two don't mean the same. I've seen a lot of misconception out there. People say, oh, then we are going to be swamped, and no, rethink this policy, because they are confusing free visa with visa free. Free visa simply means if you're an African, you don't pay the cost for the visa. You don't pay. Whereas our friends from other parts of the world will be paying about $250 when we roll out the e-visa regime. You as an African will not be required to pay the $250. But it doesn't mean that you will not go through the visa application process. You will go through, you will be vetted. Our consular officers will screen, will make sure that you meet the requirement, you don't have any criminal record, because remember, the system is linked to criminal databases, multiple criminal databases. And if you have any criminal record, if we think that we are not convinced as to exactly what your agenda is, why you want to come to Ghana, we still reserve the right to stop you, in as much as we are welcoming everybody and embracing all Africans.
A major issue on Pan-Africanism is the presentation by the Ghanaian President John Mahama of the African Union draft resolution on transatlantic slavery. He presented the document at the UN National Assembly on 25th March 2026. And the main issue was the declaration of the transatlantic slave trade as the greatest crime against humanity. The resolution was adopted despite resistance from many Western nations that were perpetrators of the slave trade.
It is just a few people who have missed the golden opportunity. And I say to these countries abstaining and voting against the resolution, who are clearly in the minority, that they can see that the world has left them behind. They have a second opportunity to come on board. And as we put together a framework that addresses the need for reparatory justice, the need to end discrimination and systemic racism, they have an opportunity to come on board. Even though they didn't vote for the resolution, I say they missed a golden opportunity. I know they will regret it.
Western nations abstained from voting for the resolution, but we had outright rejection from the US, Israel, and Argentina, who are the main beneficiaries of slavery in the Western world and also in the Middle East. Well, the next issue on the slavery issue is reparation. And this is an area where Ghana is pushing to ensure there is accountability and compensation of victims of slavery, and also repatriation of artifacts and other articles that found their ways into Western museums that are property of Africa. Lastly, Ghana is also open to many Africans, especially students. Many students across Africa come to study in Ghana. It's part of Pan Africanism. And some of the things that attract them to this country is security, of course, freedom of movement, the affordable cost of living, and non-discrimination. We have not had cases of Ghanaians discriminating against other Africans or people from the Western world. And so Ghana is being at the forefront of promoting Pan Africanism and also African solidarity with the diaspora. And this is the right direction towards African unity. That is all. Kindly like and subscribe this channel.